Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another night of NGS action. My name is Isaacs, and tonight I'm bringing you an awesome Division E matchup tonight between Mosley and the Arconauts in Deep Fried Ming Balls. I have been hyped up and hyping up all my viewers all week long for this epic showdown that we're going to have tonight on the stream. It is going to be a lot of fun watching these two teams go at it. I actually got to play with one of the players coming in big, redeeming the Storm League with me. So apparently they're a fan of the channel, racking up enough points to be able to get that in. Was able to play some Storm League with a couple of these guys. So it's a lot of fun, but more importantly, I am just absolutely looking forward to this match just to see what happens with Hooli. And I have to show you guys why I am excited to see Hooli going at it again. So let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I want to make sure I can let's see if I can. There it is. Yes, this is what I wanted to be able to pull up. So let me get this full screen for you guys. And hopefully you can watch this. So this is my cast, and this is absolutely hilarious. The DeepFriedMingBalls loved this commentary and was watching this so much. They made a meme out of this, and you have to pay special attention to Hooli on that garage and how well he throws this Diva Bomb. Diva already committing to the bomb. The bomb's going off. Garrosh throwing it over onto the Mouthail in the backline, who's trying to stop the Chromie. So Mouthail is sitting fairly low. Nice three-man sleep coming out of the Mal'Ganis there. Still. All right. So if you haven't seen that, that is absolutely hilarious. I absolutely love that they made that meme out of it. If you didn't see the picture, I will make sure I throw that up. I'll try to throw it up at a better time. I don't want to delay these guys too long. But essentially, Hooli coming in clutch, throwing the Diva Bomb actually away from the enemy team and onto his Mouthail. I saw what he was trying to do, but it just made me laugh so much. They got a kick out of it. And that's the kind of things you love to see in this kind of competitiveness going with these two teams. So let me get you guys over to the map screen so you can see what is going to transpire for the rest of this evening. So Mosley and the Arconauts won the coin toss. They elected to get first champion picked, meaning DeepFriedMingBalls started off with our map bans. And they banned off Volskaya Foundry and Braxis Holdout. Mosley and the Arconauts, they banned off Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. And our first map that we're going to go to is Alterac Pass, picked by DeepFriedMingBalls. Alterac Pass is an awesome map. I love it. It's a very, very big map. I'm really excited to see it go down that 3-lane map, playing around in the snow. We're getting the draft started. Here we go. Getting into the draft, and now we're going to see what these teams elect to ban. These teams have played once before. I should mention that out. Mosley and the Arconauts coming away with the 2-0 domination victory the first time these two teams played. That was, I believe, week 1. DeepFriedMingBalls since then have figured it out. They have gotten themselves into a really good spot, sitting at that number 1 spot, atop Division E West currently. Mosley and the Arconauts, I believe they're in like the 5 or 6 spot, but they've also played a lot less games than most of the other teams. They believe they are like 2 or 3 games less. So with this win, I think they could jump from like the 6th seed all the way up to like the number 2 seed. So they're pretty good. I casted them twice, I think 2 weeks ago. So don't be fooled by the seeding discrepancy. Mosley and the Arconauts definitely have the team fight capability to go toe-to-toe with any team, especially one as good as DeepFriedMingBalls. We see a Valera ban. That's got to be a target ban because, oh my gosh, I have not seen a Valera ever picked or banned in probably months. So that's definitely a target ban. Lucio getting banned out as well. Mephisto seeing the final bans. I love all the commentary that's coming out on Hooli right here. Hooli even coming out with the commentary. This team will feel my wrath. Love it. But definitely start paying attention to the game. And I'm curious if there's no Garrosh ban, will we see the Garrosh come out? Because it was on Alterac Pass where that meme came to life. Will we see the return of the Orc on Alterac Pass? Samuro getting the final ban here. But there's so many good champions available. Falstad's still available. Diva's still available. Garrosh is still available. There are so many champions that are there. I mean, the Lost Vikings, if team plays them, is available. And this is a great The Lost Vikings map. Abathur is available, and this is a fantastic Abathur map because of the just lack of camps and how he can give advantage to anybody in those lanes, since there are those two solo lanes. But it's going to be the Gazlo and Mei. Huli going on the Gazlo, Elixir picking up Mei. Both are pretty strong champions in the meta right now. Gazlo's seen him fall off a little bit recently since he did get a lot of damage reduction, but he still has that terrifying ultimate that can be womboed upon with any type of mage or auto attack champion that we decide to pair with it. But the Johanna Orphea is something to respect as well, especially now that they've decided to pair it with the Zeratul. They can line up that Crushing Jaws absolutely beautifully. Orphea can take her dear sweet time to make sure that Zeratul's Void Prism sets her up for a successful Crushing Jaws and put down a lot of damage on top of that. So you're going to have to watch out for that combo coming out of Mosley and the Arconauts. Sonya gonna get this next ban. Sonya, one of those champions who kind of is just a jack of all trades, master of none, but she does a very, very good job at creating a lot of pressure in that one-on-one lane. Definitely can cause some havoc for Gazlo, being able to just whirlwind down his turrets in addition to picking up some of the minions. So Sonya getting a pretty good ban out here. Brightwing being banned out as well. So we'll see what the side of DeepFriedMingBalls elect to pick up for their healer, if they even pick it up here. Maybe they'll go for their double damage. I would expect probably their mage and healer come out here and save that last solo laner for a potential counter pick. So we see the offlaner actually picked up and the Uther as well. So we're getting this very, very, very beefy front line, and there is no Tychus ban yet. Will the side of Mosley decide to pick up the Tychus due to having the Thrall, Uther, Mei, and even Gazlo? Gazlo can get shredded by a Tychus pretty well. It does fit into their composition, so we'll see if they elect to go with the Tychus or they go something else. They're going to go with the Leoric, who also does very well into a composition. More importantly, this is all melee coming out so far by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, so Leoric may not even go for that in 2, may go for the kneel and just do so much damage to this clustered up melee auto attack coming out of the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, and it will pair well with the damage that the Orphea is going to be able to put down. If they can time this and the Orphea can get the Crushing Jaws, Leoric will be able to get at least 2 auto attacks off and do some serious damage onto this cluster that they're trying to put together on the side of Mosley and the Arconauts. Meanwhile, Zul'jin getting picked up last by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, picking the Zul'jin into the Johanna. I always say that that's just a really, really spicy decision, trying to pick a Zul'jin as the heavy auto attacker, the solo hyper carry into a Johanna, because Zul'jin is going to be punished by that blinding flare coming out of the Johanna. It's going to be a little difficult to get those stacks going, but once he gets them, watch out, Zul'jin will be able to do quite a bit amount of damage. So here we go. So far, I mean, I like what both teams have. I'm definitely giving the draft priority, what I like to see, to Mosley and the Arconauts in this one. I do like that they have an answer for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. It's just, are they going to get that combo down? So, you know, the Orphea Zeratul Leoric with the Neil is going to be a devastating combo if they can get it to, if they can pull it off. So we'll just have to see if they can do that. Meanwhile, on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, they've got just an absolutely nasty comp if they can get that Zul'jin carried and get to, if they can get to the late game, they're going to smoke the late game. But let's get these teams introduced. On the blue side, we got Mosley and the Arconauts. We got Mosley on the Leoric, Rusty sitting on the Johanna, Robbie Black sitting on that Deckard Cain, meeting on the Orphea. Down at the bottom, we got Arco sitting on the Zeratul. Meanwhile, on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, we got Huli on the, on DeepFriedMingBalls, we got Huli on the Gazlo, the Hen sitting on that Thrall, Elixir on the Mei, we got Mrs. So-and-so on the Uther, and we got Silver Arrow being that hyper carry Zul'jin in this final composition, or this rounded out composition coming out from DeepFriedMingBalls. But we see the side of Mosley committing right now to the 1-3-1, don't even want to fight in this mid lane, knowing that the Zul'jin is going to be able to put down just a lot of damage. The side of DeepFriedMingBalls want to get those stacks. The side of Mosley saying, nope, we're just happy and content sitting back. We got some Mosley and the Arconaut fans coming out in chat. I like it. Look at all these shout-outs coming in from Tyranx. Love the all-cap flare, shooting it out for Mosley and the Arconauts. I know we've got some DeepFriedMingBalls fans out there as well. Give your team some love. But early in this game, we do see the Zul'jin. He's going to try and rotate around. He does need to get up here and get this camp on a timer. Camps are just spawning. We do see the side of DeepFriedMingBalls already sending Gazlo and Zul'jin. Meanwhile, the side of Mosley and the Arconauts getting it their own, committing the Orphea and the Decker Kane. So important to note, big experience advantage coming out in this top lane. If Leoric can just let this wave push and passively soak, Mei is coming up, but now Johanna, she can be the one to kind of let this lane passively soak and try and deny some of that experience. But we do see camp already picked up by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Silver Arrow gonna go to this mid lane, gonna try and get some stacks on the Johanna. Meanwhile, the side of Mosley having a little bit difficult time. Orphea and Decker, not the fastest camp clears, but they do get their camp picked up and are going to be able to counteract this push and try to get this lane pushing in their team's favor. Zeratul, Uther rotating down, looking like he was going to try and get a gank, but Zeratul sniffing that one out, gets himself to safety, no problem here. Now Zeratul coming in. He's got actually a pretty good flank coming in. Unfortunately, the rest of the team just wasn't quite prepared. Orphea sitting very low on the mana pool, so she's not going to be able to do as much as she wants in these team fights. She's got to go back and get herself topped off, potentially for this first objective. But Zeratul going to get, if he can get another Q off here, he's going to get a pretty big push going in this bot lane. Zul'jin coming down to respond to it, but look at Zul'jin only at 2 stacks so far, and that's just the nature of Zul'jin's going to have to kind of go around with the hyper carry. They got to answer the push power that comes out of Mosley and the Arconauts. So Zul'jin not able to focus on stacks yet, is going to try and force this first objective, I'm guessing, to try and get those stacks going. Arco is going to murder them. Arco, Zul'jin, I'm expected to see the Zeratul play come out huge in this game. Silver Arrow is like a big celebrity Hollywood player, but sometimes you have to tell him no and then let him play the carry. And let Hen play the carry. But look at this. We've got DeepFriedMingBalls picking up their camp already. Second one picked up by the DeepFriedMingBalls, getting this camp on a very good timer. Meanwhile, Orphea and Deckard going to start this off, but again, Orphea and Deckard a little bit slower. Both teams just electing not to go for the other team's objective here. Mosley going to pick a little bit of a scrap here with Hooli. Going to have a pretty good time here. Meanwhile, Mei and Zeratul going to try and soak out this bottom lane. Zeratul may actually get a pretty good push in here and get a little more experience going in for his team, but we see the side of the DeepFriedMingBalls going up, being the aggressors, and going to try and grab the first camp here. Orphea should be able to put her E over the wall. Elects not to. Deckard sitting at about half health right now. Going to have to get himself back. This objective is starting to channel. Big Decker root landing onto the Gazlo, getting bursted down here, and Orphea jumping in a little aggressively. She did get stunned down. That was a 2-man stun, but the side of Mosley got the kill, and they're continuing to push. Hen sitting fairly low on the Thrall. Orphea just not giving a hoot and jumps all the way in, meeting a little too far in, doesn't get the Q reset, can't get herself back out, and trades out 1 for 1. But my oh my, that Orphea play, if she could have just get to level, like, imagine what she's going to be able to do at level 20 with that damage, being very aggressive. I like to see aggressive Orpheas because they can be an absolutely terrifying thing to deal with. But important thing to note out of that entire fight, we talked about the Zul'jin stacks and how important they are. Zul'jin getting 7 stacks in that fight, that little scrap that just went on. So Zul'jin getting himself stacked up nicely. Johanna got to make sure she gets that Blinding Flare onto the Zul'jin a little bit more frequently. Actually not going for the Blinding Flare build at all. Didn't get the increased damage at 4 or the extended duration at 7, going for more of an auto attack reset build to just kind of keep everybody grouped up as much as you can with the Condemn, trying to get that reduced cooldown on that level 7 talent there. So the more Johanna can auto attack, the more she's gonna try and keep everybody kind of grouped up for this Orphea there. So committing more to the wombo, but look at the damage that Mi Ding was able to put down onto the Hen. Hen's run away, lands a beautiful root. Gazlo and Zul'jin are there in tow, and that is gonna be Orphea traded away. Zul'jin gonna, oh, he potentially had the kill onto Arco there as well. Arco able to get that Deckard potion, but that is a big pickup for the side DeepFriedMingBalls. They should have this first objective channel, no problem at all. Zul'jin gonna go back, get some mana, get some health. The rest of the team not quite able to interrupt the Uther there. The stun coming out, landing onto the Leoric, but they do not have the Orpheus, so they have to back themselves away, giving over this first objective to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, who have evened up the experience here and are looking to push with that first objective. So pretty good comeback from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls here. Was looking like with that potential play over the objective, the defense coming out of Mosley, they would have had it. Orphea getting a little overextended, gets herself back, and then tries to set up another play with the Zeratul. They almost got the kill onto, I believe it was the Thrall, but weren't able to get it. And then Orphea, the one thing is once Orphea commits, she commits kind of deal, and if she misses her Q, it's just, she's in a really bad spot without a paddle. So wasn't able to finish it off. Got to get out of the blind there. Actually picks up the stun onto the Orphea, but this objective gonna probably get both forts, I would imagine. Zul'jin is here. He's putting down some hurt, and that'll probably be all she wrote. Or sorry, both these forts, both these towers. Looks like it's only going to be actually the one. So Johanna going to go out and deny this, but both towers getting pretty low in the top lane. Both towers were cleaned up in the bot lane. Arco actually sitting very low. The Hen going to be able to bully him out. Arco's going to need a rotation, and here it comes. Johanna coming down. Mei and Orphea both rotating in as well. So this will be first objective, getting about walls in all three. You know, a little bit of tower health there. Actually a pretty good defense by the Leoric in the top lane. So we'll see what the Leoric can do. But look at the experience. 10's online for the side of Mosley and the Arconauts. We got the VP coming out. We've got the Stay a While and Listen to drop on top. We've got Blessed Shield. We've got Crushing Jaws. And there it is, March of the Black King. He is going to be able to do so much damage if they are able to land this combo exactly how we expected it to turn out from the side of Mosley. Meanwhile, on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, we got the Taz Dingo coming out from the Zul'jin, Grab Bomb coming out from the Gazlo. We've got the Earthquake coming from the Thrall there. We've got the Ice Wall from the Mei, and Divine Shield Uther gonna try and save this Zul'jin, be full hyper carry mode, and make sure he doesn't blow up in this wombo combo of Doom. But we'll see their side of Mosley. They're looking for the hunt. They've got all 5 members here, not quite wanting to pull the trigger yet. But Thrall actually popping the Earthquake. The Void Prism is dropped, but they won't be able to really follow up with this due to the Earthquake already being down. Arco's going to have to get himself to safety. So an ult for an ult, but we do have a rotation up. Grab Bomb actually being thrown down to save his life. Lands a 3-man stun and gets a nice Q or W off as well. But Mosley going to get in. Stay a While and Listen is being committed here. The rest of the team trying to rotate up to save Hooli, but Hooli does go down. Everybody else is here. Will they try to get the counter engage? A lot of resources were spent for that pick. Everybody knows it, so they're trying to Ice Wall onto 2. Orphea is in a really rough spot, doesn't land the Crushing Jaws. Johanna trying to get out to save. Meeting actually gets away. Arco is here. It is a 5-on-4, but they are still having to run, knowing that they did not have any ultimates available. Like we said, a lot of resources built on the burnt on that pick, so they have to get themselves to safety there. But good pickup overall for the side of Mosley. The Arconauts have about a half a level lead so far, a little less than a half a level lead. But the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, they were able to get that camp. So look at this. They have 1 camp advantage. That's going to negate some of the experience lead. And Gazlo going to go to this bot lane, start picking up some soak. We'll see when we get this fight over this next objective. I anticipate both teams are going to wait for those juicy ultimates to come back online, especially Mosley. They're still waiting. They've got some longer cooldowns that they got to wait for. Mei and Uther with the Grab Bomb, they've got some shorter ultimate cooldowns, so they may be able to try and pick a fight around this small window. But look what Gazlo's doing in the bot lane. Just absolutely sieging up this bot lane. Nobody's responding to it. He was able to get this fort down to about a quarter health left. The gank is coming in, but unfortunately Decker does not land the root. Gazlo able to get himself to safety, and that will be all she wrote in the bot lane. Mid lane, it's Leoric against Zul'jin, trying to push these out. Zul'jin sitting right now on about 20 stacks, so he's 10 stacks away from being a pretty scary troll, and then he'll just start to hyper carry. But look at this 3-man VP. This is what they want. They got to wait for the Orphea. The Crushing Jaws goes to go down. Look at that combo. Oh, but they get the 4-man Ice Wall. That Ice Wall comes in huge. Mei making a play there, but the Hen getting fairly low on the Thrall. Yeah, on the Thrall does go down, so it is a 1-for-0, but that was the ultimate combo that we saw that was being developed by Mosley. That was fantastically executed. Leoric just unfortunately wasn't in the best of position to be able to follow up with all the damage on top of it, and then Mei coming in absolutely clutch, landing a 4-man Ice Wall to negate the follow-up damage onto the Crushing Jaws. So well done by both teams making, executing that fight. I'm shocked that with all that went down, we only came away with a 1-for-0 kill there. But ultimates burned on most people except Zul'jin. He has the Taz Dingo available. Mei's Ice Wall is back online as well, so we could see the side of DeepFriedMingBalls looking for a play. And here we go. We get the root down on to that Uther. Sorry, not Uther. Onto the Zeratul there. And that will be the dead old man. Decker Kane going down. Mosley trying to get himself in there to do some damage. But that is a 1-for-0 kill. Orphea trying to return to Crushing Jaws. Comes in. Lands onto 3 people there. But they don't have the follow-up damage. Johanna ends up trading her life away. But Mei going to get picked off by Arco in the backline. Still, that is a 4-for-1 pickup so far. The stun going down. And Zul'jin finishing off his stacks in style, picking up the final kill. That is a 5-man ace for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Huge play coming out of DeepFriedMingBalls there. And yeah, that gets them all the way back. Actually, their first experience lead, I believe, of the game. And they're going to get this objective as well. So huge fight in their favor. Going to pick up the top 4, or bottom 4, excuse me, as well. And look at what we've got here. We've got a power play coming out for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Mei is going to be back online, and that was playing around that ultimate. Mei had that Ice Wall available just a little sooner, was able to catch the Deckard Cain out. They were able to get the burst damage onto the Deckard Cain. Sorry, it was Deckard, not Zeratul. And all that damage being poured in was enough to get that old man down. That was the start of the rest of the end for the side of Mosley and the Arconauts. And now we have another push in the favor of DeepFriedMingBalls. Gonna have their 16s online here too. So we'll see if the side of Mosley elect to get some sort of pick play, or if they just wait for their 16s to come on as well. Here we go. We got a VP going down. Crushing Jaws landing onto the Zul'jin, but Uther accidentally putting the D-shield on himself. A 2-man Ice Wall in return, and this is going to be devastating. Deckard lands the 4-man sleep so Johanna can get away. Will the old man be able to get himself to safety? Looks like he... Oh, no. He does not get out. Mei coming in with a huge stun. Johanna turned around to try and land a helping hand, and Johanna suffered for it. That is going to be a 4-for-0, and DeepFriedMingBalls all of a sudden have just turned it on here in the second half of this game and are just cruising through this mid lane. Leoric finally finishing off the objective in the bot lane. Gonna have to go and potentially answer the top lane. Mid lane's like gone. See ya. It's gone. There's nothing you can do about that one. Just defend the top lane. Wait for the rest of your team to get online. Get to those 16s too. Let's see if Leoric can get those 16s, because if he can, and he can delay, we may get a good 16 fight. But it looks like he's not going to have enough time. Johanna and Deckard are not getting themselves to safety, or sorry, are not responding, excuse me, and that will end up being 2 keeps pick up. So what looked like it was only going to be a fort turned into 2 keeps. Or that is a massive pickup. Zul'jin getting stacked up, 37 stacks there. Holy guacamole. We do have 16s for the side of Mosley. They're not out of it yet. They definitely are up against the wall, though. That last objective fight was just unfortunate. Oh, no. Deckard getting caught out with the root. Zul'jin coming in huge here. The combo is not landed yet, and the heals are coming in big time by the Uther. The invulnerable D-shield popped onto Gazlo. The root going out onto Orphea. Look at Elixir getting away with 200 health. I mean, Gazlo would have died there, too, as well, but he got the saving D-shield from Uther. So, holy moly, you thought that it was potentially going to be ending, and now we've got the side of DeepFriedMingBalls cruising for a boss in the top lane. Mosley, they got to hang in there. They got to get S5. They got to land this combo one more time. They've had the combo show up once. We saw how efficient it was when it showed up. They were able to get it, and they did so much with it. Mei just came in with a clutch ice wall to make sure that nothing else was able to follow up. I mean, if May had landed that ice wall, this could have been a completely different game right now. But she does come in clutch with that ice wall, and so the side of Mosley gonna have to clear out this top boss and then go and defend this in the next objective here. Meanwhile, May actually just picking up the camp. It's like I don't have to go over and do anything with this objective here since nobody's really gonna contest it. But this boss has to get dealt with. That's a very healthy boss. This is going to be an interesting fight. I think that boss is still healthy enough that he's going to be able to... The VP, Crushing Jaws, does not connect. Unfortunate timing. Thrall does go down because they had no May for the Ice Wall counter engage, but Zul'jin is here, and he's standing right on top of that, looking for any fight he can. Meeting, getting stunned out and rooted out on that Orphea, and now everybody kind of on the run, realizing they have to get back for this boss. The boss actually going to lose that fight, so that was me. I guess the extra armor is helping the boss there, because usually this late in the game, a boss can take him on with that 20, but here's level 20s online for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, and now it's going to be absolutely tough to get back into this kind of a game. Unstoppable being popped by the Johanna. Zeratul going in, see if he can find one last pick before the Thrall comes on. They got 24 seconds to work around. They did stop the channel with 5 seconds left, but Zeratul's got to make the play now. Decker K coming out with the stay a while and listen, only landing on the Gazlo. May jumping in, is got this Johanna down to about 300 health. Zul'jin landing a beautiful root onto Decker, is able to get the kill there, and this is going to be a third objective picked up, and unless the side of DeepFriedMingBalls screw this one up badly, I think this is potentially going to be the push in for the game. The Leoric trying to get in. Oh, what a beautifully timed ice wall to make sure that the Unstoppable... That's weird. I thought the Unstoppable had just gotten off, but apparently not. It must have been like that millisecond, because he had started the animation, but the Unstoppable must not have been finished. Then, you know, the Unstoppable came out afterwards there, but that is going to be rather difficult to defend this boss. The grab bomb going down for good measure. Orphea getting absolutely kristampled there, and that will be GG's. Arco trying to get away, save those stats for another day, and this will be game number 1 going in favor of the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. I mean, wow. It looked like it was gonna be... Mosley looked like they were on it. They had a plan. They're executing their plan perfectly. And then just that one fight down here where it kind of... They caught the Deckard Cain out and were able to get that kill when the side of Mosley were just, at that point, I believe, way ahead. Like they were doing excellently. They were making everybody respond to them. And then DeepFriedMingBalls found the pick onto to the Deckard. And after that, it just seemed like Mosley's kind of synergy, their coordination just kind of started to fall apart. They did come back in and land the combo, or almost land the combo one more time, but the timing was off between when Zeratul dropped the VP and when Orphea threw down the Crushing Jaw, so they weren't able to get the Crushing Jaw value there. So yeah, I mean, it was awesome. We could see the combo potential coming out, but May... I mean, we can't talk enough about how that May landed. Just an absolutely clutch ice wall to make sure that there was no counter engage. Because if that ice wall wasn't landed, that was at least 2, if not 3 members dead. And Mosley were pushing with the objective instead of the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. So that was an absolutely critical play. I wish I had that. I mean, we'll see what the rest of the series comes out, but that could be very well the play of the series so far. But looking at some of these sets, I mean, look at the damage Zul'jin was able to put out. Lots of damage. Even though he had a Johanna on the other team, Zul'jin was able to pump out a serious 70k damage there. Was able to get his stacks up, going through the roof there. I mean, Thrall, the head on Thrall was able to put out some good CC. Gazlo put out a respectable 47k. You know, Uther putting out 41k in healing. The soak looked pretty even across the board. It was just the experience gained from most of the kills that I saw. DeepFriedMingBalls did do a little bit better job getting their camps on a bit of a timer. So we'll see how the rest of these teams... Here are the talents for those watching. Zeratul committing to that Q build. Unfortunately, didn't get to the 20 where it really starts to shine. I mean, 16, it definitely starts to come online. 20 is where you really start to get like a lot of that self-sustain out of it too as well, making Zeratul a menace to deal with. Can go in, land a combo, put down the VP, get himself to walk away, and then kind of get back in, do another combo, and really put down some serious damage there. Deckard going with a pretty standard. Johanna, you know, I'm curious I see the logic, with the combo they want to do. It'd be interesting to see if she went the double blind against the Zul'jin, since it was the Zul'jin hyper carry, how that would have affected Zul'jin's damage the later it went. But yeah, Orphea, I mean, it's typical build coming out of the Orphea. Uther going with that just really heavy build into the E, getting the cleanse. And the D shield did come in huge. He did throw it on himself one, or it was Mrs. So-and-so, sorry. She threw it on herself one time. So poor Zul'jin was like, I need a D shield. Uther's running around like, it's mine. Deal with it. But yeah, interesting. I mean, it was. I love the ultimate combination that we saw come out of Mosley. It's exactly what I wanted to see. They did land it one time. It would have just been interesting to see if they could have continually landed that, how this game could have potentially been a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, good game one coming out from both these teams. Definitely excited. I got to give DeepFriedMingBalls their win for sure. There you guys go. There's your point. You earned it. Actually, I'm getting the invite to the next lobby, so I know where we're going. These teams are on top of it. They're ready to play. And it looks like the side of Mosley and the Arconauts, since they got to pick between first pick and map pick, they wanted first pick again. So map pick picked up by DeepFriedMingBalls, and they're sending us over to Dragonshire for game number 2 here. Just scrolling back through chat, seeing if there's anything crazy that I missed going on. Just a lot of GGs coming out. A lot of looks like a lot of compliments on the May wall, which were coming in absolutely huge for sure. Some compliments, Breath giving compliments to the Zul'jin play, the pocket pick coming out of Arco. Shutdown game being strong. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of counter engage coming out from DeepFriedMingBalls for sure. Orphea overextending a little bit. Yeah, we saw that, especially in the first fight. She was so close to getting a couple kills in those early fight, but then once she missed that Q, it's like, Orphea's in a really bad spot and has no way to get herself to safety. I didn't see the draft. Was it her and Orphea counter pick? I don't believe the Orphea's counter pick. I think it was actually Orphea was like the first champion they picked up. They had first pick, and I think they picked Orphea first pick, if I remember right. Kirschstompled. Yeah, sorry. I love that word, Kirschstompled. I like throwing random words in that you'll probably like, what the heck word is that? Shenanigans. Somebody, I don't remember who it was. I think it may have been Dax. Somebody threw up like this insane like British words that like never get used, and everybody was giving like caster challenges, like see how many you could throw in, like bollocks and all these other things. And so I don't know, maybe that's where I picked up Kirschstompled. But is this a tournament? This is NGS season 11, so we're not in the tournament yet, but we're getting there. Arconauts don't get tilted. Yeah, I believe Arconauts could definitely respond. This will be a big game. Fizzy Wiz or Fizz X Wiz coming in with the redeem. Take a drink, man. I'll absolutely do that right now. I definitely could use one. Hold on. All right. Drink redeemed. Thank you so much for keeping this caster hydrated. Definitely need it. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So let me let these guys know that I'm ready to go. We'll get here into game number 2. Wonder if they're going to ban the Dahaka here. I wonder if they're going to ban the Rexar here. I don't know if anybody on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls plays a mean Rexar, but map like Dragonshire, Rexar, super duper scary. The Lost Vikings, even more scary. Like, holy cow, the Lost Vikings, one of the scariest champions. This is probably the Lost Vikings' best map. Breath coming in, dropping the follow, and then dropping another take a drink, man. Absolutely going to do that real quick as well. Whew. All right. 2 drinks. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for redeeming those. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, interesting to think, like, there was no Dahaka ban, no Dahaka pickup, no Falstad ban, no Falstad pickup in game 1, no Vikings ban and no Viking pickup. But again, the Valeera ban coming out was told, that was from chat, and this is why I love when fans come out, that is a target ban towards the hen, plays a mean Valeera, played a mean Thrall too. So Valeera not going to come out here in this game number 2. But we'll see what's there's a whole bunch of other things that we could see potentially coming out. Zeratul actually getting the ban. They did not like what they saw coming out of the Zeratul there. Maybe Arco was putting a little too much pressure on them. They were too worried about wondering where he was. And Zeratul can get around this map very sneaky like. So a lot of stealth champions being banned out here in the early game, but Arco not going to get that Zeratul again. And we see the Mephisto, so same bans coming out from Mosley and the Arconauts, running back the same strategy. We'll see what DeepFriedMingBalls, pretty much same bans. They banned out the Samuro in game number 1 as well. So a lot of target bans coming out. Again, both teams just focusing more on the target bans rather than going for the meta bans. But again, that leaves a lot of champions open, and Meeting gonna go for that Orphea, going for the redemption round, seeing if he can pull this one out and carry on Orphea here in game number 2 on Dragonstar. I mean, Orphea, like I said, Orphea is that playmaker where she can put out so much damage so fast. And really turn a fight in favor for your team. So I'm definitely curious and excited to see Meeting pull out the Orphea yet again. But that gives that same combo. Everybody running it back so far. Gazlo and Mei picked up once again. Both were picked up in game number 1. Same draft, same bans pretty much, and same draft so far. So Cassia, but now here we go. Cassia being picked up. Will they go with the Johanna again now? They do. Okay, so they picked up that synergy. So instead of going with the Zeratul, they're going to get Arco going on the Cassia instead of Zeratul. Going to try and get the synergy going with the Johanna. And now they've got the Johanna and Cassia rather than the Johanna Zeratul as their second pick. So we see a little bit of deviation from how they drafted. But I like how Mosley's like, you know what? We liked our plan. It was working for most of the game. It just kind of fell apart there. Let's see if we can run it back and execute it a little bit better this game. Sonya, big band out here as well. Again, same band coming out in phase number 2 by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Silver Arrow just did the calculations, and their chance to win will go from 99% to 100% with the Zeratul ban. I love it. Being like, okay, the Zeratul was the X factor that made us sweat in the early game last time, so we'll just ban that away, and now we're really not worried. But Varian actually getting banned out here as well. But yeah, you know, Ryan Burrs just mentioned in chat, and I mentioned it in game 1, still here in game 2. Global's still available. We got Tahaka, we got Falstad, we got Brightwing not getting banned out here. You know, we still got the Lost Vikings. Although it doesn't look like either of the teams going to commit to the Lost Vikings at this point. Brightwing and Raynor picked up by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. We've seen a little more deviation now. Brightwing, one of those champions that can provide a lot of assistance to the offlaner, kind of swing that top shrine in favor of your offlaner with the phase shift coming in and the polymorphs to be able to put down a little bit of extra damage here. And we do see the Anduin picked up, looking for that falling sword, potentially, light bomb combo. But there it is, Mosley gonna pick up the Rexar. I was hoping it was gonna come through. Wasn't banned, wasn't picked in game number 1, wasn't banned, and it's one of his best maps, so picked up here in game number 2. So we're gonna see the Rexar come out, who has a pretty good matchup into a Gazlo. Going to be able to do some good double soaking as well. So if the team elects to just heavy push to commit to the 4-man in the bot lane. But here we go. Silver Arrow picking up the Li Ming. I've got to see it in action the other night. It's a pretty scary thing to be on the receiving end of for sure. Silver Arrow going to lock in that Li Ming. I believe somebody called out that Li Ming special in the chat in the previous game. But we're going to see it coming out here in game number 2. But both these comps are really good. I mean, we saw the Mei Gazlo play coming out in game 1. It's tough to put your betting odds against those two players right there. Mei coming in with clutch ice walls, and Gazlo landing some serious good grab bombs there. Silver Arrow gonna enjoy everybody bundling up and gonna be able to put down a lot of damage, get some resets going. Meanwhile, I'm really curious to see if Mosley can use this Rexar to kind of abuse the top lane, force Brightwing to be top more than she wants, and then use the Johanna Cassia Orphea combo in the bot lane to really win and push the advantage in that 4v3. So we'll see how these teams decide to play it out, but here we go. Let's get these two teams introduced. We've got on the blue side Mosley and the Arconauts. Oops, sorry, wrong scene. Fat fingered that one. Mosley and the Arconauts coming in. We got Arco on the Cassia, Meeting, rolling it back on the Orphea, Rusty on the Johanna, Robbie Black on the Anduin, and we've got Mosley up here on the Rexar. Meanwhile, on the red team, we've got DeepFriedMingBalls. We got Huli running it back on the Gazlo, as well as Elixir on the Mei. Sil coming out on the Raynor, Silver Arrow coming out on the Li Ming, and the Hen hiding somewhere in there with that Brightwing. Cho and Gall. We're expecting potentially a Cho'Gall. I think I saw the Cho'Gall coming out in chat as well, potentially. But no Cho'Gall here in game number 2. Maybe if we get to a game number 3, we will see it make an appearance. I got to play against one the other day, and it was a scary, scary thing to play against. But here we go. Gonna have these two teams probably gonna fight a little bit more here. Most of these people wanting to get those stacks going. Cassia getting the stacks under a Q. Raynor actually going with that exterminator in the level 1, so he's gonna be able to get these camps at a little bit faster than the rest of the team. But Johanna actually going up trying to delay. Silver Arrow did take a bit of damage, but Brightwing's gonna phase shift her way in, keep her nice and topped off here. Everybody else looking like they're coming in with some pretty standard builds. I mean, we got half these champions from the previous game, so we'll be able to see if they continue to go with the same builds. But look at this. We've got a team rotating, fully committing to getting this well down. They don't want this well to survive at all, and they rotate the whole team to make sure that's gone. But this means the hen can bro, that was my favorite. Hooten coming in, Hooli coming in with the commentary. I love this. Hooli, you gotta play the game, man. He's too busy having a good time. I love how these two teams are just having so much fun with this. It's a blast to see. But yeah, I mean, it's a good fountain play for sure, and that's going to mean that Rexar can abuse this Gazlo here in the top lane. But in the bot lane, we've got a 4-man flank coming in from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Mei looking to make a play, doesn't find anything, so gets herself out. Li Ming just going to try and poke everybody to safety. And look at that was a pretty good W coming out of the Li Ming there, landing onto 3 members, so some pretty big burst damage at max range too, so it did some serious damage there. But Rexar looking like he's having a little bit of a tough time here in the top lane so far. Misha actually getting bullied around quite a bit, getting low, not able to control over the Gazlo. Gazlo actually putting down some stuff in the top lane, flexing some of those little goblin muscles there. We do see the engage onto the Mei. Mei is popping the passive, getting unstoppable, gonna try and get herself out. Will she die? 99 health, but Brightwing's gonna escort her safety, use the phase shift just for good measure. Raynor gonna go to the mid lane, try and push it out, get the team a little bit more experience in their favor. Man, oh man, it's tough to keep up with you guys in chat coming in here. You guys are typing up a storm, which is great to see. I love how you guys are all interacting with each other. Keep it going. But here we go. Mei getting rooted out. Doesn't have the passive available this time. The hen actually getting very low from the Orphea. Does get the kill. Will she get the one onto Mei? No, Mei getting away with sub 200 health yet again, but that's first blood going over to the side of Mosley and the Arconauts. Misha being a pest. Misha, go away. You are just being an absolute bully right now. But Gazlo still able to do a fair bit to the bear. Rexar electing to go with Bird of Prey at level 1, so not going to have the strongest bear yet. Ooh, Misha actually does go down to the Gazlo. So nice pick up there from the Gazlo. Going to give a little bit of relief there in the top lane. Now he's going to go for the Hunter-Gatherer. So going to get a little bit stackier of a bear. Mei getting low yet again, but phase shift coming in for the Brightwing. Cassia going to try and pick up their camp, get some more experience going in Mosley's direction. But Mosley, they're still got an experienced lead here. Even though it seems that Raynor is out soaking in this mid lane a little bit, they still got the experience lead. Cassie going to go up, try to get some of these tasty gems. Going to get about 3 of them. But everybody else got to back up here because of the 4-man pressure coming out from DeepFriedMingBalls. They're doing a good job at making sure that this camp is theirs. Gonna finish the channel, and now that is the Dragon Shrine available for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. We'll see if they can send somebody to sneak their way on over there. Gazlo looking like he's having a really, really good time here in the top lane. Mei getting up that globe, or using the stun to try and pick up the globe, but we got a big condemn coming out. The hen getting fairly low. Orphea unfortunately missing, but big pickup by Li Ming, using the calculus to be able to secure that kill, and that is a return kill in DeepFriedMingBalls' favor. They're gonna go pick up this bottom shrine. Unless Misha can grab this objective, this could be first dragon going over. Cassia getting fairly low. Silver Arrow in a prime position to be able to finish this kill off, and that will be Cassia going down as well. Mei's gonna secure this, and Raynor's gonna pick up the first dragon going over to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Gotta love it. DeepFriedMingBalls coming in, playing around that pick well. They got the 1 kill that they were looking for. Were able to create a second one off of that first pick to secure the dragon. Gazlo, this is the story right now. Gazlo doing much better in the top lane than I expected. So the Gazlo going to be able to causing a lot of difficulty for that Rexar, which is allowing this 4-man to stick together more. Brightwing hasn't had to go top, using a lot of her phase shifts on the Mei, on the Li Ming, to keep them healthy in the bot lane. So this first Dragon phase will come to an end here, but the damage has been starting to be done by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. They got pretty much this entire wall and got most of this wall in the bot lane. Gazlo getting some pretty good siege here in the top lane as well. So pretty good map presence. They got themselves, more importantly, a whole level lead in the experience game. So we'll see if that experience lead, I fully anticipate they're going to be looking for a fight here right when those 10s come online. And here they come. Let's get these 10s introduced. We've got, Gazlo actually going for the Robo Goblin. So committing, he's having a good time in the top lane. He's actually being very aggressive and winning this matchup. So he's just going to go heavy into the 1v1, making himself even more of a menace in the 1v1 lane instead of going for the team fight to win ultimate. So Gazlo going to look to be that super bully, but the ice wall going down from the Mei, only catching the Johanna so far. Everything being burnt by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls to see if they can finish this Johanna off, but she dodges. She goes this way. Li Ming bomb went that way, and so Johanna able to get herself to safety there. Arco kind of zoned off by the Hyperion right now, but the rest of the team coming in. They're not quite 10, but the 10s will be online very, very shortly. May's out, 10s are online. Let's see if the side of Mosley can turn this one around. Rusty has to get himself healed up, but we can go through the rest of these ultimates. We got Disintegrate coming in from Li Ming, the Blink heal coming in from the Brightwing, Raynor going with the Hyperion, and as you saw, Mei dropping that ice bomb, or ice wall, excuse me. Meanwhile, on the side of Mosley's, we got the Chain Lightning coming out from the Cassia. We got the Light Bomb from the Anduin. Blessed Shield instead of the Falling Sword from the Johanna. It's a safer ultimate for sure. We got the Boars coming out from the Rexar there, and we got Crushing Jaws yet again coming out from the Orphea. So we'll see how this new Gazlo, Hen getting caught out, but blinks himself to safety there. We'll see how this new Gazlo, you know, this troll Gazlo is able to do in the top lane. I anticipate he's going to have a much better time. Even though he was having a good time, he's going to have an even better time in this matchup. Raynor actually getting rooted out, but a good field by Mei to make sure that nobody could come up and follow up on that damage. Gazlo getting the kill onto Misha in the top lane. Arco having to get himself to safely. The root goes out on to Mei here. And everything kind of just stalling out. Second dragon, excuse me, coming out here shortly. Gazlo gonna control this no problem. Li Ming actually picking it up here, so the Dragon Shrine is available. The side of Mosley picking up the camp, but the camp's actually gonna be stolen now. And Rexar going down in the top lane. So we saw this Goblin is being just an absolute menace in the top lane. Hooli redeeming himself. He said in the chat before the game that he was going to make people die and cry or whatever he said. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but ends up coming out, and he is absolutely making amends for his Diva mech bomb that we saw coming out here. But we see the ice wall actually being popped in the bot lane. We do see the Deckard, or the Endo, excuse me, getting caught here. It was Deckard last game. Johanna throwing out the Blessed Shield, but she will go down as well. Crushing Jaws being committed here, but catches nobody. Mei using the passive perfectly. And Orphea, oh, the Hyperion, shame on you. Hyperion coming in and getting that kill, using that last fireball. Orphea was away. She has a child, and the Hyperion made sure that Orphea did not get away. Coming in with the kill secured there. I wish they had like a Hyperion stat, because Hyperion would be credited with 1 kill so far. The Chain Lightning actually getting some pretty good value here, but here comes the Mei. The Cavalry has arrived. Li Ming is here as well. Arco, you got to get yourself out. Rexar is like, oh no, where do I go? Misha is going to try and finish off this kill with Rexar onto the Gazlo. Actually, Rexar putting on his dancing shoes, but Li Ming popping off over the wall, and that will be Rexar going down as well. Rusty going to go down, see if he can channel this bottom objective, but right now it's pretty much stall tactic coming out from Mosley. They got to get everybody back, get together as 5, see if they can find a fight. They're really looking for this combo coming out of this Johanna Anduin and letting Orphea have an easy time following up on it. If they can get everybody together, maybe they can find a fight around these level 13s. If they can delay long enough, that'll be Mosley's way back into this game. But Li Ming making sure that that's not going to happen, or trying to make sure that's not going to happen, putting out some serious pain, going with a glass cannon at 13, wanting to pump out even more damage there, not afraid of the Blessed Shield engage. So there's the win condition set up for the side of Mosley. You got a Li Ming that is very, very squishy with the glass cannon build. If you can get her picked with the Blessed Shield, Orphea will be able to just land a QW and she will die. Unstoppable popped by the Gazlo. Here's the Li Ming putting out huge numbers on the Orphea. Orphea barely barely getting herself to safety. Rusty's got to run, actually runs the other way. Li Ming sees that and puts down some damage. That's the glass cannon coming out strong. And Hyperion being committed to the siege in the mid lane here. Who kills a kid? Jeez. Yeah, I agree. Who kills a kid? But we have the 5-man from Mosley. Johanna's in the back. If she can get up front, maybe this is the fight they're looking for. Gazlo's not here. If she can find the Li Ming in this bot bush, this could be what they want. Gazlo's nowhere in sight. They have the 5-man. Li Ming is there. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Light bomb going out. Mei not getting caught because of the passive. The blasted shield is not available. They are trying to hunt for this Li Ming, but Li Ming has her dancing shoes on, able to get herself to safety. The chain lightning is a bouncing, but it's continuing to bounce. Gazlo's now in the backline. He's unstoppable. He's going to get himself away, and now everybody's trying to counter engage on Rusty. Orphea actually going down to the turret there, and Gazlo turning around on the bear. Raynor is trying to turn around on the Johanna Cassia combo down here. Li Ming putting out damage, doesn't land the W, but is able to put some serious damage down onto the Cassia. Everybody's following in. Brightwing coming in with some clutch plays as well. Raynor gonna go channel the dragons like, you guys got this. I'm gonna make sure we get this dragon. Arco running away, mounts up, but gets polymorphed, is at 30 health. Brightwing spits on him to secure that kill, and that is 3 kills to none for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. They get the dragon, and they are pushing this lane in the mid lane. Holy cow, that fight just was extended for a solid minute at last. That just the value coming out of the Gazlo and the Li Ming there. You know, the Hen coming in clutch with the Brightwing too, just being super aggressive, landing shot after shot to make sure that little extra damage was there to help Li Ming get some of these resets. So big plays all around by DeepFriedMingBalls. And Gazlo gonna put down the bear again. Ice Wall coming out, catches the Anduin one more time, but unfortunately the follow-up isn't quite there. Nobody's in position. Dragon Knight gonna secure this first keep, but the Crushing Jaws, ooh, a 3-man condemn coming out from the Johanna, and a Blessed Shield committed. Everybody else is kind of pushing past. Raynor being caught. Will Harko be able to? The chain ball is bouncing. She gets the blind, and the hunt is on. I do not believe they're gonna be able to finish this off though, and so they disengage. And everybody running back. Now the side of Mosley, again, they're not out of it. They're up against the wall again, but I've seen them in this position before, and I've seen them come back. So I know they have it within them. They just got to get those 16s online and find the fight that they're looking for. Wait for that Johanna. I mean, they had the fight opportunity last time, just Johanna didn't have the Blessed Shield to really lock down the Li Ming. Wait for the Blessed Shield to come online so Johanna can be like, this one, die, and then everybody collapse on it. And I believe that's what they're going to need to do to get themselves back, get a little bit of map pressure, because DeepFriedMingBalls are just painting this map red right now. 9 seconds until that Blessed Shield is online. And DeepFriedMingBalls, Arco's in a little bit of rough position. That's well going down, but the Blessed Shield is now available. If they can find this Li Ming, oh my gosh, look at the damage coming out. Anduin tried to save, but it didn't matter. Li Ming landing another full combo, getting some serious damage, putting about Anduin and Orphea down a quarter health. May's like, I want in on this party. Li Ming jumping forward. Rexar goes down in the off lane. I'm sorry, I didn't even get a chance because of the fight going down here, but Gazlo actually went and found a way to steal that camp from the Rexar there. So Gazlo being an absolute bully this game. The Blessed Shield goes out to negate the fight. Brightwing actually going to get caught in that Crushing Jaws, but blinks herself to safety. Mei can take the punishment from the keep and the full combination there. Li Ming landing another combo onto this Anduin and Johanna, trying to land another one. Oh my gosh, she gets the reset. Will she get? She does with the Disintegrate, and that is 2 more kills picked up by this Li Ming, and this core is starting to fall. This is a 75%, 2 Johanna and Cassia. They'll do what they can, but I don't think Cassia trying to just jump in. Li Ming going around. The chain balls are bouncing. Johanna going down to the Goblin. Li Ming picking up the Cassia, and that is going to be GG's game number 2, going in favor of DeepFriedMingBalls. Wow, that was a clinic with that Li Ming play coming in. Like, look at that damage. 72,000 damage coming in from Silver Arrow there. Holy cow. Hooli putting down 65 on the Gazelle. That is the story to me in this game number 2. That Mosley was able to put out so much pressure in that top lane. I didn't think that Gazlo was going to be able to have that good a time in the top lane. I thought he was going to be put up against the wall against the Rexar, but able to get it going in the top lane and then committing to the 1v1 by going with the Robo Goblin there, getting even more damage there and getting the Unstoppable as well to turn that fight around. I mean, that is some serious ballsy play coming out of the Gazelle, but he was able to just invade camps, steal camps, bully the bear, and so that was some pretty good play coming out from Hooli. I mean, everybody had some pretty good shining moments there. Still getting that Hyperion kill, that was fun. I mean, Hen being very aggressive, good healing. I feel like the Brightwing was able to shine a lot more in this game just because she didn't have to go top lane. Like Hulu was like, I got it, don't worry. You can hang out in the bot lane. And she was able to keep everybody in the bot lane pretty healthy, only using her phase shift on Mei and Li Ming when needed. And so yeah, pretty solid play. I mean, Mosley, again, they had a lot of signs of life in the early game. It looked like they reset, they got back in the early game, but right when around that first objective, they even got first blood, but then they found that kill, that first kill onto who was it? Was it Cassia? No, Cassia was the second kill. The first kill, I think it was either Anduin or Johanna. And they were able to just continue and find that second kill on the Cassia. And from there, it was like foot on the gas or DeepFriedMingBalls. So GG's. Let me see if I can get our Hen back in here for an interview. Let me message him real quick. Let me see if I can get him in here. Everybody on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls enjoying themselves, and I'll see what I can get. Going fishing for a hen. Let's see if I can catch one. There we go. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you doing? How's the team doing?
Good, yeah, good. We were, that was a intense couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, for how unfortunate the first matchup against them went, I mean, you guys seem to turn around, getting 0-2'd in the first matchup, taking it to a 2-0 now. So I'm ready for a match number 3. Like,
Yeah, I think we, and oh geez, like it was that first match was we were sweating bullets.
yeah. So let's talk about that first match. So they banned the Valera at you. Were you guys expecting the Zeratul to be picked out that early? Since Arco is a little more, he does enjoy the Zeratul a little bit, and the Orphea to pair on top of that.
Yeah, and they've absolutely destroyed us with that comp. This was the first team we played against, and they buried us alive with Zeratul and Mei in a similar sort of comp to what they did tonight with Orphea and Zeratul. So definitely we were worried when we saw that Zeratul come out for sure.
Yeah. So they come out with this wombo combo. We see it set up, and they land it at, I think it was like right around when their tens came online in that mid lane, and looked like it was devastating. How many people were just saying thank you so much to Elixir for landing that clutch 4-man ice wall to make sure everybody survived?
Yeah, it was huge. And I think, yeah, we've come a long way. Like Elixir used to always go with the avalanche, the big old snowball.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was this team fighting Mosley and the Arconauts in our first match, and watching them use Ice Wall against us that we pivoted that play, and he's been just nailing his Ice Walls all season.
Yeah, I mean that was absolutely pivotal because I was saying for how well the early game was going for Mosley and the Arconauts in that game one. If that ice wall wasn't there and that fight went as exactly how it looked like it was going, that could have been a completely different game number 1.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I mean, they were first to 10, and they did play very aggressively in that early game. And I know, yeah, we were all feeling a bit on the back foot until that second objective.
So what about that second? Let's go to that second objective. What happened in that second objective play? Just run us through it. What was the calls going through in comms where you guys are like, okay, let's be the aggressors here, because at that point they were the aggressors the whole time, and you end up getting that pick onto the Deckard Cain and then turning it into 4, and suddenly it was like DeepFriedMingBalls have their foot on the gas.
Yeah, I think it was. it was just that cascade of kills that we managed to get there and really took that team fight. I mean, we do play well in team fights. I think that's our strength, probably more than Macquarie, more than camps, where we really come alive as a team is when we are in those 5v5s.
Mhm.
And that was that was our turning point when we could finally pick a fight that really worked for us and drop those ults in.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just a little tough to get some of those fights orchestrated the way you guys wanted, having not necessarily the most amount of bursts. You had to wait a little while for Arrow to get online with the Zul'jin, not having the stacks quite yet. But I mean, once you guys got going, there was just no stopping you in that game one. So game one goes in favor of Deep Fried Ming Balls. They elect to pick first pick. So you guys send us to Dragonshire. And more importantly, ban the Zeratul right away. Was that like we don't
Yep.
want to see him again? We saw him on Alterac Pass and that was scary, or was it more of a we've got something up our sleeves that we just don't, we want to play around the Zeratul?
No, 100%. It was a respect ban for Arco. He's smashed us into the ground with that Zeratul once, and he came very close to doing it again. We did not want to see it on Dragonshire. So, no, there was nothing we were going to move around it so much as just to remove him from the fight.
So then you guys come back, the drafts start going through, and you pick up the Gazlo and the May number one and number two in both games. Do you guys have a lot of value that you're placing on those right now, or is it just you're like, we've done our research on the team and we think Gazlo and May is the answer to this team?
Well, apart from Elixir being very strong on May and both Huli and Elixir are our two main tanks. We also know that they play a really strong May. So if they're not going to take her on the first pick, and we wanted to ban the Zeratul and the Samuro because we know what can happen, then yeah, we needed to make sure that May was either on our team or banned on the third
Mm.
round. We just didn't want to see her in play for Mosley and the Arconauts. And again, with the CC that you get out of Gaz and May together, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, but in this game, Gaz electing to go with the Robo Goblin instead of the Grav Bomb there in this game too. So was that a decision that was changed halfway through the game where he was like, guys, this is a Robo Goblin type game for me, or was that always the plan going into this match?
Wasn't always the plan going into the match. Huli will try and play Robo Goblin whenever we don't lock him down and force him to play Crab Bomb, but because he just loves to get in people's faces and do as much damage as he can. But honestly, he held his own against a Rexar on the top lane pretty much that whole game, which is pretty tricky. So I think it was absolutely the right call that he made. And he just shouted out, "Do you guys mind?" And yeah, 100%. We always back our plays. So yeah, it was the right thing for him to do.
Yeah, I was say tricky is definitely a polite way of putting that. That could be a really rough matchup sometime for Gazlo. So I wish we could have spent a little bit more time. I anticipated to go up there when you teleported up there, but I started spending a little bit more time in the top lane, just watching Huli have a good time up there. And then when I saw the Robo Goblin flex, I was like, oh no, like he's already having a good time in the top lane. Now it's about to be a party up there. But and then Silver can't finish this interview off without talking about Silver Arrow. I mean, was he begging for the Li Ming game number two when he saw it didn't get banned out?
Um, well, and obviously Orphea got banned, and Mephisto getting locked out. Sort of forces our hand around what sort of burst damage we want to play, and Silver does have a very strong Li Ming up his sleeve. And also, come on, it's deep fried Ming balls. We've got to put her in.
That's what.
We've got to put her in every now and again. Otherwise, people start asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. I mean, they've got the name, so it was Silver. Like, you know what? We did a major. I'm gonna throw out these deep fried balls all game long. But love to see it. I do have a question from Twitch chat. Breathe It is asking, can someone ask the hen if we are still on for some Kai Kai chicken next week?
Okay, chicken. Who asked that?
Breathe It. That's her name. I
Oh,
have no idea who it is, but
yep. Look, always, mate, always.
Alrighty. So at this point, I'm just gonna ask, who do you think the team MVP was for tonight?
Look. I know Sill's gonna scream at me if I don't even mention the heavy siege damage she pulled out with Reyna in in the Dragonshine match. But look, we've got to hand it to Elixir for that 4-man lockdown on the ice wall. I do think that was our shifting point on the first match, and he's done an amazing job with May.
Yeah, I mean, I was calling it right when I said it. I'm like, this could very well be the play of the series, like so far. Like that was absolutely insane to see that kind of a play coming out. So definitely excited to see that. Um, yeah. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of open the floor up for you. Any shout outs you'd like to give? Go right ahead.
Yeah, look, I guess a big thanks to Mosley and the Arconauts. We love playing with these guys. They absolutely annihilated us the first time we played them. It's been a pleasure to return the favor uh, and secure a win against them. Looking forward to playing against them in later in the season, hopefully. Um, but yeah, and again, just to my guys and the team, fantastic job tonight. You guys are just absolutely smashing at the moment, playing amazing games. So and it's been awesome. Just playing through the season and watching everyone on this team just continue to improve and flex into new roles and new characters. So yeah, good job, Ming Bowlers. Love your work.
Awesome. Definitely appreciate it. Captain Hen, thank you so much for the interview. Absolutely excited to see what happens with deep fried Ming balls come playoff time. But and hopefully I'll get one more cast in for you guys before then. We'll see what the how the cards play out. But thanks again for the interview. Congratulations again on your domination victory, and go enjoy the win.
Thanks so much for casting us, mate. Really appreciate it. Love your work.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Have a good night.
See you then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Captain Hen, captain of the deep fried Ming balls. Huli, I definitely read that. I definitely agree that Gaz has a lot of potential for sure. You definitely made it shine in that series to no end. It's a lot of fun. It's just it's been interesting following the Gazlo meta because right after his rework is like, oh my god, Gazlo's back and he's back with the vengeance, and then it felt like he just kept getting nerf after nerf after nerf, and I was like, he's starting to get a little bit weaker, a little bit weaker. But then you just see him come out sometimes, and players play him so well, and you're like, never mind, Gazlo's fine. He's in a great spot. Like he's just not picked as much, but he's still in a really good spot. So definitely enjoyed watching those two games for Gaz for sure. Let me see if there's anything I missed. Oh, for sure. Ryan Burns and Breathe It, thank you so much for the follows. Definitely appreciate it. I usually try and call them out. I do have notifications turned off when I stream NGS. They're on when I cast by myself, but do definitely appreciate the follows. Anybody that hasn't dropped a follow, be sure to drop a follow if you love a lot of HOTS actions. I cast quite a bit for NGS. Tonight we were in Division E. I kind of go all over the place, but as of late, I've kind of parked it in like division C, D, and E, having a lot of fun casting those divisions right now. So as we wrap up the season, that's mostly where I'm probably gonna stay. Maybe get the occasional, heroic division, but for the most part, gonna stay here because I know a lot of these teams, and a lot of these teams are a lot of fun to watch. So if you like Heroes Actions, be sure to drop that follow. Definitely appreciate it, and thank you so much for everybody for redeeming the points and making sure I stay hydrated because that is definitely a fault of my own. Um, Looking at what's coming up, I may do a replay cast coming up over the weekend, but it looked like most of the matches, I'm trying to see, most of the matches for the weekends were already picked up. There are a couple available on Saturday that I may pick up if they don't get picked up by then. But Saturday, I am definitely doing family activity during the day and early afternoon. So it wouldn't be until those late night games. Maybe that Fade to Black lowered expectation game I'll try to pick up. But next week, got a couple things coming in store. So I'll get that schedule out on Sunday to make sure that you guys can see on the channel what we have coming up for the following week as we get to this I think next week is next week is the last week. Next week is it, y'all. Next week is the last week, and then we are in playoffs, and NGF playoffs are going to be so fun. So that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to look for a channel for us to all go raid. There's a lot of good games still going on tonight. So let me pull up the calendar. Try to find somebody newer that we haven't had the chance to raid as much. Let's see. We got a couple of Division C matchups going on. We got Can't Counterpick. That's Tetch. Ooh, Tetcher's fun. Moist Weenus is. We're going to Weenus's channel. There's no doubt about this. We're absolutely heading over to Weenus's channel for a Division C matchup. Moist Weenus. I got to make sure I spell that right. There we go. We're heading over to Moistwee's channel. Make sure you go over there, drop Moistwee some follow. Make sure that you say a raid coming in from Ice's channel. Make sure you throw out all that chat in there so everybody knows that we all came from this Division E matchup. But for tonight, it has been a pleasure talking with you all. Have a fantastic night. I look forward to seeing you all here next week for some more NGS action. Take